Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Nice one. So, thanks for being here. I was, I was shaking a little bit, and it was a bit of cold, feeling cold a little bit, but also excited. And I don't usually get too scared about these things, but actually, my subconscious must be really excited about this. And I was actually like shivering and shaking whilst chatting to Sarah and Michelle. Yeah, thanks for being here. And yeah, so welcome and welcome. And if you stick to the end of this, we've got a little giveaway for you as well for being here. And so we are joined by Sarah Rose and Michelle Ricci. Sarah Rose is an integrative nutritional health coach, yoga teacher, Reiki practitioner, and heart-led, joyful leader. And Michelle is a holistic wellness and regenerative health practitioner, nutritional therapist, and board certified clinical detox specialist. And I am Rory, and my name is Rory Lemon, and I'm an osteopath and functional neurodiversity expert and emotional freedom coach. And I just wanted to share with you why, one of the things that happened for me around why I'm into nutrition and superfoods and nutrition for health well, initially when I was the school results came when I was 16, and they taught me that I felt misunderstood about my intelligence, and because it was all about grades and grading around what is seen as intelligent, and that really upset me. And I didn't realize how much it upset me. And I just thought I didn't realize it taught me to think that I'm more of an artist and less of an assertive communicator, which actually took me through my all of my 30s, 33, before I took the leap and studied osteopathy, because I didn't want to do A levels. I didn't want to go there because I thought I'm much more of an artist. I will learn and listen to music. It makes me feel safe and sane, and in this world of feeling like fighting to fit in, and it really I didn't realize how much I was frustrated against the system because of that process, and how I didn't realize how much it would have caused me to go into a period of psychosis in my early 20s. And that was because of a breakup, but that was more the trigger. I didn't realize how much the frustration of wanting to express myself but not knowing or believing that I knew how to, because I had all these ideas, and I didn't know I was dyslexic until I studied osteopathy at 33. And I did a personality test between the start of the course, which showed up as introverted, and then 2 years down the line, studying it and having to show I could express what I was doing with osteopathy and manual, and being at that level of study of anatomy, physiology, and pathophysiology, and all of the processes of the body, and showing that I knew all of that. I had to express it, and even then, throughout the clinical processes of that, I was getting, oh, Rory's not expressing himself in a way, and it was up to me to write my own report about my own needs in order to get through the clinical exams. And I got extra time because of what I believed about the gap and the processing speed and of my brain. And so I still have challenges with that, but I'm not I'm not challenged much, and I've developed my own systems of how to deal with that. And I've actually went from getting really tired by reading to I totally can read fine now, and my personality is extrovert. Well, actually now I've seen it, it's more ambivert, because I love being on my own and processing and being on my own and reflecting, but I also love people, and that's what I'd be around people, but then I was frustrated by not being able to talk or express myself. Um, so yeah, I was fully frustrated for quite a long time, and that I've managed to navigate myself and get better from psychosis. I've seen my physical body go through RSIs and then have osteopathy and get better. So I've seen how the natural processes of the body do heal physically and mentally, and so I'm more of a living testament to myself about how I've stepped up to go, okay, right, well, I didn't feel like I could communicate, and look at me, I'm communicating very well, and I've obviously practiced. It's nothing's magic, it's all skill and what you repeat. And so I just wanted to also share that my previous partner went through a process of even very deep stress, and she developed an autoimmune condition, and I helped her to not get flare-ups anymore through the gut health rehabilitation, and she stopped having flare-ups and physical flare-ups. She couldn't walk at some point, and so then yeah, so basically I saw where it was possible for autoimmune conditions to be at least one case study of how that was possible to shift for someone with their gut health and nutrition, and so yeah, that's the story up till now. In some way, I've seen other transformations in clients that I've helped with coaching too, around the emotional health side of things, and I've moved forwards into all of that process too, around what's possible to do with hands-free guidance and somatic coaching with the body and all of that sort of stuff. I won't go into that too much now, but I just wanted to share my passion for nutrition and where I've come from, and how I see things as how they can possibly shift over time with the right raw materials of right information, and what you do with that information and what you put back out into the world as well. And so I studied also hardcore leadership training, which was where I actually met Sarah Rose and with Michelle Ricci, and we together all went through an incredible process of transformation in terms of how to be committed to wanting to bring our purpose to the world, and be responsible for our actions and our language and how we talk to ourselves. And it was an incredible process to go through over 4 months, and it's really helped. It's almost like the process itself, I came out going, right, now I've got the tools. Just like I studied osteopathy, it's not like I can do osteopathy until I've started practicing it. And now over the last year, I'm practicing the leadership training rather than sort of just flailing about going and trying it all out in sort of student land. So yeah, can't wait to share for you to meet Sarah Rose and Michelle. And so if you're there, Sarah, please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Rory. It was so nice to hear your whole journey. And yeah, we, as he said, connected in hardcore leadership training last year. And it was one of the greatest things that I've ever done with my life. Just to give you a little bit of backstory on my life, my biggest passion has always been, how can I fuel my body and behave in a way that helps me feel the happiest, the healthiest, the best, in the most vitality. So since a very young age, it really came out of my own struggles and wounds that I had. From a very young age, I had pretty bad eczema all across my body. Even from a young child, it was like cracking and bleeding on my face before I could talk. And as I grew, I had juvenile rheumatoid arthritis and would have terrible pains in my legs, which kept me from really being included in running activities, sports that I wanted to do with my friends. And from there, contributed to weight gain and as you can imagine how that impacted my mental state, I was like, what is wrong with me? And I started looking for answers within myself. How can I be healthier, happier? So that really led me on this path of wellness that just continued to snowball throughout my life. And I was exposed to a cleanse through a book that I read in college from going to a yoga studio. And that totally opened my eyes to this world of health and this toxic state that the world is in since the Industrial Revolution, and how that impacts us physically and makes us feel. And that has led to an amazing road to where I am today. I am a Kripalu yoga instructor. I'm an integrative nutrition health coach. I'm also an artist and a painter, and I see things from a very creative place. And from Hardcore Leadership, I really wanted to be an entrepreneur and create my own, way of doing things in my life. That was just how I always have been in my creative state. And so in becoming an entrepreneur and bringing my passion for health into the world, I've linked up with some incredible leaders and just aligned with some of the most exciting things that I never knew existed in this world, which is where Michelle and I's paths have connected in just the past 2 months. And we have linked arms and started sharing about some of the top 1% of food in the world that has changed our lives. And we now get to empower others to change their lives, which is how we have reconnected again with Rory and talked about how that also relates to your mental health and all that he is passionate about. So we're really excited to share more about this with you. But from here, I'll pass the mic on to Michelle and let you hear about her journey.
Thanks, Sarah. Hi, everyone. And thanks for those of you who are on camera. It is a little bit unnerving to talk about ourselves in this vulnerable way. So I really appreciate seeing your faces and just the fact that you showed up here today. Time is our most valuable asset. So thank you so, so much for spending your time here in this important topic. I really adore Sarah Rose and Rory. We met in leadership, and very much kindred spirits from a place of knowing that something could be better in our lives, but not knowing how to get there or what it is exactly that might have been missing. For me, I grew up in an Italian family. I ate lots of wheat products, and it turns out that I have celiac. I didn't know that. But my story really didn't start until later in my life, when I had my own apartment, and the apartment had water damage and mold underneath the house, and we didn't know about it. So I was slowly poisoned at really high levels. And then when they did a remediation, I was exposed at even biological warfare levels, and they spilled asbestos before they even evacuated us. And they didn't tell us what was happening. So I really got super sick very fast. I had a full-blown traumatic brain injury, gray and white matter disease, early onset dementia. I was diagnosed with 36 different chronic and complex autoimmune disorders. And I couldn't think straight. It happened so quickly that it was really hard to believe that all of a sudden I was just this sick. I had rapid weight loss, rapid loss of bone density. It was breaking bones walking, but primarily I couldn't think of words like 7 or spoon. And I was stuck in a dark room and really couldn't eat very much. And I was very, very, very sick. I went through a very heavy medical binding process that left me further malnourished. I wasn't absorbing and assimilating nutrition, and I was taking in lots of medications, which were forcing and making demands on my body that wasn't processing anything. And I came to a point where nothing was working, and I was a girl in a bubble. And I couldn't believe that I went from being a holistic wellness practitioner to nothing I ever learned touched what was going on in my system, but I knew my body had the ability to heal. So enter regenerative health and clinical detoxification, where I was able to really rehabilitate my digestive tract. And I don't know if you know this, but 89% of the hormones, your happy hormones and the hormones in your body, are actually made in the gut. So when I had this severe dysbiosis, it completely turned off that mind-body connection and led to this my cognizance was gone. My driver's license got taken away. Did not have the ability to think and do these normal processes that my body is supposed to do, like function in the world and think of words and actually communicate with other people. So it's very, very traumatic. And the doctors just said, file for disability. This is where you live now, which was really, it's just like a gavel coming down in a life sentence. And I knew it couldn't be right. And then I had a friend really remind me about regenerative health, that the microbiome of the soil matches the microbiome of our digestive tract. And if I am not absorbing and assimilating nutrition and I'm severely malnourished, I'm actually starving my brain and I'm starving all 11 systems of my body from being able to connect into these processes. And so I was really, really excited to find these nutrition therapies different than a supplement. Whereas a supplement is something manufactured or isolated, these are whole foods and they're pre-digested. So it was perfect for somebody like me. And interesting to note that I had so many sudden deathly allergies to food, and I was getting trace amounts everywhere, and it was sending me to the hospital monthly. So this was a way for me to get nutrition and hydration directly to my cells in a way that they understood, not ingredients, but actually the nutrients. And it was a game changer for me in just within the first few days, but within the first few months. And I'm happy to say that I just had my 4-year anniversary. I'm working with a doctor who put iridology, where they can read the systems and the congestion in your body through your iris. And I have managed to work through all of the acute and chronic impairments and inflammatory impairments I had throughout my entire body. And now I'm working on resolving my genetic imprint of weaknesses in my systems and in my DNA. So really, really remarkable. And so imagine if somebody who went through such severe debilitation as I did can be here talking to you in full cognizance, and what it can do for you to up level or fine tune something in your life that you might feel like is off. So just thank you so much for being here and listening to my story. I hope that it encourages you in some way, and I am so excited about the way Rory is bringing these two worlds together, because it really is that mind-body connection that is going to help us resolve these issues we have in our life with the mental clarity and acuity. So now I'd like to pass it back to Sarah. She's going to show us why this is so amazing, what makes this different, and what makes this pure and premium nutrition therapy pathway really so superb. Sarah.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Every time I listen to your shell, I just get glued to you. That was amazing. And now I'm going to share my screen for you all. I got some slides to mix things up a bit here, show you some visuals.
So I know some of you are off camera. Can we get like a thumbs up or something in the comments? And just if anything any one of us has said in our stories has resonated with you, just so we can feel your presence here.
Awesome. Yeah, you could even drop a 1 if this is intriguing to you. Exciting. So, can you all see that? Okay,
Yes.
so yes, this is all about pure food and pure love, and I can absolutely attest to that. Wisdom is knowing the right thing to do. Integrity is doing it. And that's really where this whole big picture goes, really to the very finest detail, doing what you know is best in your heart. So this platinum lineup is based on the 1% of most potent edible plants on the earth. And that is not to be taken lightly. This is the top percent of food available on this planet. So within this, you'll enjoy 203 ingredients in every color of the rainbow, from sprouts to greens to microalgae, roots, seeds, superfoods, mushrooms, spices, ancient herbs, and so much more. There's a 10-point quality commitment that is abided to through this food. It's farm fresh, superfood based, potent varieties, relevant amounts for nutrition, processed close to the source, gently dehydrated is the form that you will receive it, based on ancient wisdom backed by modern science, high nutrient to calorie ratio, and you get a 60-day money-back guarantee on this food that lasts you half the time. So they give you, no reason to not try it, really. There's a 10-point purity commitment. No artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, synthetic vitamins, binders, fillers, GMOs, pesticides, irradiated ingredients, and is certified organic and beyond throughout it. So this is really a 30-day transformation where it begins, which will replenish your nutrient stores, cleanse your body, optimize your metabolism, experience the most deep restful sleep you really ever have since a baby, I will say. Retrain your taste buds, support a healthy liver, tighten connective tissue, stabilize blood sugar levels, harmonize your microbiome, maintain healthy blood building. And the ways in which each individual experiences how these things feel and what they will do for your experience of life is nothing short of miraculous. Your cells will thrive on thousands of bioactive nutrients, as we shared. So the other beautiful part about this is, as you consume these top 1% of foods, you're also supporting the top 1% way, the top way of farming and supporting our planet and reversing some of the harsh realities that we live in, global warming, carbon throughout the world. So our Regenerative Farms, which is where the superfood comes from, adheres to a farm-to-family philosophy and has been providing the highest quality of plant-based and superfood nutrition to families for over 27 years at least. We use all organic plants, live, activated, and sprouted ingredients. Our superfoods are grown in regenerative soil. They're crop rotated. It's incredible what it's doing. And we have in-house microbiologists that run every single ingredient through 5 tiers of quarantine before an infrared molecular scan to match for purity. This is truly the purest of pure. And we do that, and so that you feel it. You feel the difference within, honestly, 2 to 3 days. Your cells just light up as soon as it touches your tongue, depending on how clean your system is at where you begin. So purity to us really means no trace of heavy metals, no GMOs, no pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, biocides, nothing unnatural, no binders, no fillers, just pure, incredible, plentiful nutrition from the earth. So if you're curious about how this impacts the world as well, and you love that piece of it, I highly recommend that you check out Kiss the Ground. You can watch it online. It's on Netflix. It's narrated by Woody Harrelson, and there's some incredible environmental regenerative activists in there, and it shows you a real glimmer of hope around what these people are doing in the world, and it really changed my life. And to give you a little bit of a deeper sense about what regenerative farming and agriculture means, it really minimizes the soil disturbance. So it leaves the soil intact. We're no longer tilling the soil and releasing carbon into the air. optimizes crop diversity. It helps keep your soil covered in greens all year round. There's no food deserts being created, no stripping of life. We keep the soil alive. As Michelle said, the health of your gut is directly related to the health of the soil where your food comes from. And what this is doing to people is incredible, as you've heard a little bit, from our tales. And here's just a little tidbit of what I could fit on this one page compared to the hundreds of thousands of amazing testimonials that people are experiencing from ingesting this food. And I'll just read a little bit of them here. And also notice that it's all different ages. This can even be given to children and pets. I didn't include that on here because it's not quite in our wheelhouse that we're speaking to, but men, women, any gender, any age. This particular gentleman said, this program has been my standard now for over 6 years. Love it. It's allowed me to easily maintain initial weight loss of 7.5 pounds off his gut. And per doctor's testing, he no longer needs treatment for sleep apnea, hypothyroid, now maintain perfect testing for both and feel vital at 70 years young. And I think this is a really inspiring one. I'm supporting my body during illness, and it's easy. I really didn't think this would help me. I was worried it would actually make my condition worse, but I was wrong. I went from tired and hopeless to energized and ready to not just survive, but thrive. I'm seeing huge changes on the outside, but the ones on the inside mean the most to me. I'm supporting my body during illness, and it's easy. And I can fully speak to that. There's different testimonials on how it changes your skin, your hair. I mean, what it did for my energy and my mood. I'm already a pretty peppy, energetic person, but within 3 days, I noticed such a huge shift that it was like, I never experienced something like that before. It was incredible. And the
Can I
way
add something, Sarah?
Yeah.
I forgot to say that I was so sick that I was actually aging rapidly. And my hair was falling out and I was going gray. I actually had a big chunk at the base of my brainstem that was missing. My body just stopped producing those things, bruising easily. So our body stops doing those simple processes when it has to try and keep you alive. And I completely reversed that. And I'm 54. I don't know if you guys can tell that I'm 54, but I look and feel younger than I did when I was in my 40s. And so one thing to remember is we vote with our dollars. And when we're buying food that's heavily laden with pesticides or processed, we're voting for these mass manufacturers instead of voting for ourselves. So just think about that when you're spending money on products, whether it's personal care, cleaning, or your nutrition and your food, is that start casting these votes for yourself, because that's an investment in yourself and the longevity, the vitality in your life. So I wanted to add that because I totally forgot that my hair was falling out and it was gray. And this is not colored. This is my hair. And it's directly coming out of where my brain is. So that gives you any ideas of how my brain is regenerating. Yeah.
Incredible. Just speechless for those results, really. So I would like to pass the mic back to Rory to share about why he's so excited about this and how this includes you as well. And yeah, a little special surprise from him as well that I'm excited to hear.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, it just hit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's really the thing that I've been sharing as well, helping people to understand whether to come to this or not, is that what really excites me is that there's a lot of products, a lot of promises, a lot of things that happen around how to why to do something to help with health. And the thing that really clinches it for me, as well as all the all the other reported results and everything that's exciting about what's going on here is this returning back to the Earth cycle, and the sustainability. As soon as I see a process that actually it is out of the usual system, but not just because of fighting against it, but actually just doing something that disregards anything else, that actually just puts things back into place. Like, for instance, the principles of osteopathy is to say the body can heal itself. It's just a case of taking away distractions of restrictions or manual therapy. But at the same time, it's this way that if the farms are actually keeping the soil, and the soil is thriving with the stuff that provides our gut with the way to actually absorb the food in the first place, and keep that microbiome in the gut well, and also regreen areas. Again, I do recommend that film as well. I watched it and I've been aware of it before, but as well, it's this way in which if the farming is done well, then it actually takes the carbon back out of the, if it was possible to start feeding into this system, then it's not just about me, and that's the point. It's not about just me, and I can't help but be driven, even if I'm scared of doing something. But I don't know, I haven't tried these products, and that's the point, is that I'm so excited because of studying nutrition at the master's level as a module inside the osteopathy. When I hear all the ingredients, when I hear what's being done for the earth and the products themselves, I just go, what's not to try out? So the whole point is, I wanted to invite here before I even try it, because I would love to try it with a group of people that would like to explore this with me, and I'm that sort of confident in the fact that, not to say I can guarantee anything, but that's the point, is that just everything ticks the boxes for me. And I've studied regenerative health, the mind. I talk about holistic health hygiene. The mind needs to be told what to do by ourselves so that it actually does something properly. The body needs to clear out waste products and be cleaned on the inside and out, so movement and obviously washing at points. But it also needs the raw materials. It needs the raw materials and the variety, and regularly giving the raw materials and it can actually do with those things. And I like to say the body also likes quality community being inside and out, the community being people around also that want to do something better for themselves and the planet, plus the inside job of community, which is the microbiome. And if that's not inside of us, then it's not surprising why allergies are about, because the immune system's confused about things. So I'm curious about it because of the allergies, and it's not like, I don't just suddenly have to do what we call the things going out of my mind, the shots of don't suddenly flare up in terms of allergies, but it's there whenever, and I'm aware of it. So it's like it's like I'm really curious as to allergies, mood, and even more productivity. Even though I seem very energetic now, it's because I'm really excited and I get into, again, telling my mind what to do. So so all of that, when I'm human, and I'm not perfect, and that's the point, is that I get to explore to make it the best it can be, and this ticking the boxes of holistic health is what it's all about. So I'm really curious about trying it out, and I'd love you to come along with the journey if you're open to that. And I don't just want you to just make a head yes or no. because that's what we tend to do with our heads. And actually, there's a decision-making process that we either tick with the head and then say yes or no, or say yes but later because I feel resistance about it. So I encourage also to know that a holistic way of making decisions is to go, what's going on in the head about this? Is it rational? Is it useful? Is it good? Is there evidence for it? Do I trust it? All of that. But then, is there a heart-based yes? And if there's a heart-based yes as well, that's important to stop and go, I can recheck with my head. So I check with my heart. Oh, yes, it's a full body yes. Okay, great. And then I can come back to the head and then go, is it now? Is it later? And but it's about service. It's not about selling anything. So it's just about encouraging you to go, okay, well, is it something I want to explore? And is it a full-bodied heart and head? Yes, just double checking in and then making a decision, but not leaving it any longer than necessary, because life is now, and there's so many things that can get in the way of taking action, and then it just builds up and we get stuck and then we're just in the same loop again. So I just want to encourage you to explore that and really listen to yourself with this offer as well. So that's my why, and why I'm excited and what I'm going to be doing, and I'd love for you to come along and try it out if you so wish. And over to Sarah.
Yeah, I can pick it up here. I love that heart-based decision-making approach. I'm totally going to remember that as I go through life. And now as we start to wrap things up here, I'd like to share with you specifically how you can support Rory if you are inspired by this, which, he and we are also grateful that you spent your time with us. And if you want to continue this journey together, you can join him on this 30-day transformation in this little test program where you'll be surrounded with an amazing community of support and a community of life-giving support on the inside as well. And you can also share this with anyone, who has come to your mind at all. As we've been sharing things about this, I'm sure you're like, oh, I know who could use this, and maybe it could help this person, that person. Spreading this ripple effect is really what we're here for. Yeah. And we have a little prize giveaway that we'll use the rest of our time here today for. And if you're interested, fascinated, intrigued by this at all whatsoever, we have a little place where you can start and fill out an intake form that gives you an insight into where you might be leaking toxins into your life that are disrupting your quality of life. So I'm going to share that form in our chat right here. And we've gamified this for you guys, where if you fill this out together with us in the next couple of minutes, and submit it, then right away we will send you an incredible PDF that specifically tells you how you can alkaline your body, which an alkaline state can contain no dis-ease. So alkalinity is really the state of health, where health begins. So it's a grocery list and it's a meal plan. It's a beautiful PDF that Michelle has gifted to us so graciously. And if you fill out our intake form, we'll send it to you straight away. And from there, we'll also reach out to you and set up a one-on-one call where we can look at this with you and totally complimentary talk you through how you personally can start to shift and make changes, with this transformation and beyond in other ways. So yeah, I will share that now. And Rory, do you want to touch on any other thing. So we have decided to play some music for you because, as he said, life is now. And we thought it would be a beautiful use of this community to put on a little focused music in the background and give you the next, to the top of the hour to check out this form and fill it out right here and now while you're in the moment and take that inspired action on it. So,
Yes.
yeah.
We all, well, I personally know that, and it's just a trick of the mind to go, oh yeah, that's great. I'm really interested in that, but I will just do it in even if I'll do it in a minute, and then it's just if you're interested, then we're giving you opportunity to do it without any resistance, because I personally know it's automated habit of going, okay, and then it just goes on somewhere else, and it's suddenly, oh, I didn't do that. I did actually want to, but yeah. So it's up to you, and we're going to play music for you.
Drop a 1 in the comments if you plan on clicking on the link and filling it out. It shouldn't take that long, and that'll give us some time at the end of the call to be able to choose a winner. So just let us know if you're filling it out. It's hard to, some of you are off camera, so it's hard to gauge where people are and who we're talking to right now. So Sarah put a link in the comments. If you could drop a 1 if you are clicking on it and are filling it out, that would be great. You are muted suddenly, Rory, so we're not hearing the music anymore.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we'll leave the next 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to wrap it up if you are filling it out. And then we would love to hear from you all who have joined us. What excites you about this? How this is leaving you feeling? So we have 2 more minutes on the clock. I'll set a little timer.
The track actually lasts that amount of time as well. If there's one thing I love, it's awesome timing.
Me too. Wow. Talk about alignment on 111. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's the 11th of the 1st as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So, would anyone like to share what excites you most about this information that we shared today? Even a little word in the chat. Bounce around.
I'm happy to say something. No worries.
Great.
I try to keep it a bit short also. The thing is let's say I love food. And I don't make secrets about that, but I like good quality food, what is honest. And that comes also back from the times because I grew up on a farm. So I know where food is coming from. I know how it is made, how it is better in certain ways. So I find it quite important that you make sure your food is good. Just simply said like that. You need to have a good quality product, what's honest and good, because it makes a big difference in a lot of ways. Let's say I sound a bit off, but I didn't sleep so much last night, and I've been working since the last 48 hours.
I love that.
Thank you for
And
being
I
here with
love
us.
that you really touched on that because it's important. There's a lot of people that grow up on farms here in the US and, they're subsidized and they really have a hard time. And I think that it's so beautiful, especially in other countries when these are the real farms. That's how farming is supposed to be done. So I love that you can draw that connection to knowing where your food comes from. Because ultimately, when we go to a grocery store, that food is harvested before it's ripe.
Yeah.
It's picked before it's ripe. It maybe is wrapped in plastic. It ripens on the way. There's a lot of petroleum products and gasoline and things involved in getting it there, a lot of resources. So I love that you have this deep appreciation for being able to go and get the vine ripened food, and that you know how it was grown and cultivated and put it in your body, and that is important to you. So thank you for sharing
Oh,
that.
no worries. And I've grown my own vegetables, my own food, so I know how to do it, and also in a good way. And you taste the
Good.
difference. There's a difference between,
Absolutely.
and it's also funny how people think a cucumber should look and how it really looks.
So true. So true. Thank you for your share.
No worries.
It looks like Michelle filled out the form, and Chen, and gentlemen, did you fill out the form as well?
I will have a look tomorrow at it when I'm a little bit more awake. I have it on my browser.
Okay, make sure you turn it in, because we're going to choose a winner from that submission. Rory, go ahead.
I was actually one thing that's again come up for me. What that's I'm loving about it is the packaging side of things as well, and you know, they've seen other products and stuff available, but it's always come in like plastic packaging and things like that. And knowing yeah, we didn't mention about that exactly, but again, the whole thing about these the service is that it's not just about even the sustainability of the farm, it's also that the packaging is all 100% biodegradable as well, which it's really amazing to just feel into possibilities of that, you know, and to know that really isn't that much to, yeah, I mean, there'll be personal preference, there's a whole load of things that, you know, can be questioned, and it's good to question. That's the point. It's good to question to make sure that it's the right thing for someone. Yeah, there's so many little ticks that build up to this big tick, you know.
I love that. Yeah, we actually, just like the food, the packaging has a shelf life as well. You're not taking this pure and premium high quality food and then putting it into plastics, which we're now finding microplastics in everyone on the planet, and even in the breast milk. So so yeah, that's such a great correlation. And this company actually started the Plastic Free Packaging Alliance to help other companies with good quality products be able to get into plant-based packaging, plant-based resin packaging solutions, because there is a big gap, especially if you're a smaller company where you have to buy, you know, X amount of thousands of containers that are plastic, you know, to get these minimum orders, I guess I would say, which keeps people out of some of the better packaging. So this company actually does a collaboration and helps multiple companies at the same time be connected with plastic-free packaging solutions and getting away from the one-use plastic. So I do love that too, Rory.
Two things I want to touch on. First off, thank you, Michelle B and Chen, for filling out the forms. We're so grateful for that. And our prize was to go to anyone that filled it out with us today. So you both get to win it, and Dan. So hey, all three of you guys, thank you so much, Dan. If you would like to send like a direct message to me with your email, then I will send you that alkaline grocery list and meal plan. So thank you so much. And also, Dan, I wanted to comment on your comment that the most toxic thing in my world is the government toxic society and the ignorance in citizens. And I will say in regard to that, that in the Kiss the Ground film, I think one of the most inspiring parts of it to me was it interviews a man who is going around the US specifically and teaching our farmers how they can earn more money, create a greater farm and output, and buy back their farm from the government by using these regenerative practices. And like just that whole cycle, I think is so incredible that, you know, a lot of our farmers in this country have not had the best education and they don't understand how they can free themselves from, you know, all the buyouts from the government. And so that is part of this real revolution that is tied to this whole big picture that I just am like blown away with. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm calling it the New Year's Revolution, because it's not about trying to resolve things. It's about how to evolve into something brand new and exciting and regenerative as well. So we want something that lasts longer than just trying something new out and trying to patch up the old, you know? So yeah, awesome.
And Dan, if you want to either if Rory has your email or if you want to send a direct message to my email, I mean of your email to me here, Michelle B, I have your email, then I can also get that form over to you.
Okay, thanks everyone. I get to be on time for my next appointment. So I'm going to say goodbye here and thank everyone for their time. You're always welcome to reach out to me. Should you choose to move forward, you'll have some special time with me one-on-one to go over some things and get you set up. And I just appreciate all of your time. And thank you, Rory, for this amazing mission that you're on, and to Sarah Rose for always keeping things upbeat and super engaging and fun. See you guys.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
And yeah, thanks everyone
Thank
for being
you.
here. It's actually really inspiring that you're still here. Some people will be like, I've got to, people have to nip off or they're busy, and it really goes to show that there's some really amazing minds here that want to create something special as well. So I really appreciate your time for being here and appreciating that resonance of vision that we all have for a better world, that where we don't have to feel like we're fighting to fit in, but we're actually we're fitting it ourselves, fitting it up. And there was something else I was going to say. Was there something you were going to say, Mike? Okay, I thought you saw it pop up there.
Oh, I better don't say anything at the moment because
I love hearing from you, Mike. Well, great. I am in need of hopping off here as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking around.
That's one thing I was going to say is, because we've recorded this, if everyone's happy, I will be to share this with anyone that's shown interest in wanting to be here but couldn't. If that's okay with everyone that's been on camera, please just reach out. If it's not, I won't just suddenly share it straight away. I'll give it some time. The 24 hours or something, and let me know, and I will not share it or edit it if it's any need to do that. But yeah, this is valuable information, and I wanted people to come along and not and think it's special. So I didn't say it was going to be recorded, because otherwise people just put it off, and then the mind goes, oh, I'll just watch it later, and then not watch it. But yeah, if that's okay, then thank you so much again, and let's reach out if there's any other questions around this, and look forward to the one-to-one calls if I can make them. And all good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Peace and love.
Much love.